Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rent the land, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now introducing the starting lineup from Ozark Christian College. Number 11, Micah Holder. Number 22, Joel Pugh. Number 29, Andre Johnson. Number 30, Danny Foster. And number 35, Dylan Mycroft. Now give it up for your nice starting five. Freshman, St. Louis, Missouri, number 0, Orlando Gooden. Freshman, Dallas, Texas, number 11, Dominic. Junior from Washington, D.C., number 13, Marcel Weimer.
Knights and Ambassadors here on YouTube from Keene, Texas. It's Southwestern Adventist at 2-3, hosting Ozark Christian at 1-4. Knights are 2-3 at home, and the Ambassadors 1-1 on the road. Both teams active on Tuesday. Ozark Christian was at home. They lost a heartbreaker 78-77 against Randall and Joplin. Meanwhile, Knights, maybe one of their best games of the year. They won on Tuesday 74-63 against Manhattan Christian. It was a season-best 51% shooting in the game and 6 of 11 from 3. Viadex had 21 points on 9 of 13. Pfeiffer had 19. Garcia was 16, and Orlando Gooden finished with 10. Well, these two teams met in Joplin early last season. Ambassadors won at 71-55. Knights won at home back in 2021 by 4, 63-59. It's Foster, Wilkins the tip, and it's controlled by Garcia, who kept the dribble as he hits the deck. So we're underway. Rashima, glad to be with you from the home studio in downtown Cleveland. My final game of the semester with y'all. And the finale of a 3-game homestand for the Knights as Gooden is off with his first shot attempt. Into the forecourt, Colburn. Now this is Johnson on the right side. Foster. Colburn gets it out to Pugh for 3, no good. Offensive rebound saved to Pugh. So extra chance at it for Ozark Christian. Bycroft with the rocket pass. Quickly, Colburn gets it out. Again to Johnson. Shot clock winding down here. At 2, at 1. The bucket no good. Rebound by Wilkins. Dominic Wilkins averaging 7 a game for the Knights. Viadex in. Gooden out on the wing. Hands it off to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer attacks, banks it no. And nice box out there by Foster. Danny Foster averages 7 rebounds a game as well. Colburn top of the key. Here's Pugh on the right side. Joel Pugh, 14 points per ball game. Bycroft, Johnson, everybody touching the ball for the Ambassadors here. Patient offense. Pugh now on the right side. Shot clock at 6. Down low, it's Johnson. Flip shot, no. And the rebound controlled by Viadex off a tip. Viadex throws it out. Gooden for 3. Yes. So Orlando Gooden, first bucket of the game, and Chris Lamb is not happy. 2 minutes in, he calls for time. So a quick timeout by the Ambassadors. Knights lead at 3-zip. Keep it here. So for the Knights, just 2 home games after tonight in the next 2 months. December 14th against Kansas Christian. We'll stream it on YouTube. I won't be with you for that one. You can do the play-by-play at home, gather the kids around, make an evening of it. January 9th, I'll be back with you against Randall. So 9 of the next 11 are on the road or at neutral locations. Finale of a 3-game homestand. That long road schedule opens up on Monday. The Knights will be at Mountain View. So 2 minutes in, quick timeout for my old buddy Chris Lamb to settle the troops in. Colburn to Foster, the flip shot no. Wilkins skies for the board. Here's Gooden into the forecourt. Orlando Gooden, 12.2 points per ball game, 4.8 rebounds, 2.4 assists. Gets it to Wilkins, hands it off to Pfeiffer. Garcia going to work. Garcia blocked on his way to the bucket. They say it's off him. Guards have been the hot shooters of late for the Knights. Mentioned Garcia had a good game, so did Gooden against Manhattan Christian, but Pfeiffer with 42 in his last 2 games on 18 of 33. It's 55%. Viadex with 32 points in his last 2 games on 14 of 26. That's 54%. Garcia off the steal, attacks. Too strong. Rebound by Foster. Pugh going quickly. Down to Foster. Top of the key, it's Bycroft for 3. Yes. Dylan Bycroft, just 33% three-point shooter, 46% shooter from the field. The Ambassadors have really struggled from 3 this season as a team, though, shooting 19%. It's near the bottom. They're good at three-point defense, though. They're 6th. Opponent shooting just 27%. But when you're shooting 19% from 3 and it's 2023, it's going to be tough. Gooden from downtown missed it short. Rebound by Bycroft. Here comes Colburn into the forecourt for Ozark Christian. Pugh on the wing. Bycroft, top of the key. Down to Johnson. Cut off on the baseline. Gets it out. Pugh from downtown. Got it to go. So, hey, all these stats mean nothing here tonight so far for Ozark Christian. They've hit their last 2 triples, and it's 3 3-pointers at the start of this one. Gooden in the corner. Garcia for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by, I believe that's Colburn. It is. Colburn attacks. Colburn using the body, banks it. Micah Colburn just a shade under 10 points per ball game. 37% shooter. Also 3.3 assists per game. Pfeiffer from downtown, yes. Pfeiffer staying hot. 12.6 points per ball game, but as I mentioned, 42 in the last 2 games. Foster. Oh, tough bucket there by Danny Foster, who averages just under 10 a game. It's no surprise Ozark Christian, and the way Chris Lamb coaches, this is a very balanced scoring team. All of the starters are around double figures except for Bycroft, who's at 6.8 points per ball game. So Ambassadors by 4. We're 5 minutes and change into this one. Pfeiffer, bounce pass looking for Wilkins, and Colburn was ready for it. Gets it out to their leading scorer, Johnson, and his pass deflected by Viadex. So Colburn to inbound it now. High pass with Bycroft able to recover. Foster now Johnson. Johnson leading scorer at 17 a game. Nice deflection there, quick hands by Gooden. Pugh to inbound it. Start of a back-to-back on the road. Ozark going to be at Biblical Studies in Houston tomorrow. It's actually a 3-game road trip, but the next game won't be until Tuesday. It's an exhibition at Southwest Baptist, and as I mentioned, for the Knights, they will be on the road quite a bit in December and January. More home-heavy schedule in February. Viadex gets the handoff. Now Pfeiffer, handoff to Garcia. Looking to post up Wilkins, and Foster deflects it out. Gonna get a sub for Chris Lamb. Actually, a couple subs coming in. Number 55, Curtis Davenport is in. And number 21 is Joey Ventura. Viadex gets it into the corner. Pfeiffer for 3, can't score. And I believe that's Ventura with the rebound. Davenport up top, ball swung over to Johnson in the corner. Catch and shoot 3 is no good. Rebound controlled by Ephraim Viadex. 6.5 minutes into this one. Garcia corner 3. Missed one earlier, missed another one, but follows his miss, attacks the bucket, had it blocked. Wilkins bats it out to Gooden. Pfeiffer left wing. Pfeiffer bounce pass, Wilkins to Bunny. Nope. Ambassadors clean up on the glass. Johnson to Bycroft on the elbow. It's Pugh in the corner. Here's Ventura to the cutter Davenport. Yes, and the foul. Curtis Davenport averaging 2.3 points per game off the bench. Chance to go past his average, making it an immediate impact. First foul in the game. Knock on wood. Davenport 50% at the line this season. He gets the 3-point play. So Ozark by 7 as the Knights have come out a little stagnant offensively. And miscommunication there going to lead to a turnover. And it looks like Tyler Woldridge is going to call timeout. So good start for the Ambassadors with 12:44 to go here in this opening half. We'll take time as well. That's me, Chris Sheeman. Glad to be back with you as we've got 12:44 to go here in this opening half, and Ozark Christian has come out, and they have a 7-point lead. Got a lot of good things to say about Chris Lamb, really good things, and Ozark Christian, the community as a whole, Joplin. I spent 6 years traveling to Joplin, Missouri every year to broadcast the ACCA. We did the volleyball for a little bit, but mostly basketball tournaments. Chris Lamb, to me, is one of the great small college coaches, people that I've had the pleasure to encounter, and that probably exists, let's be honest. He's a really wonderful man, and created a really welcoming environment there. There's a reason why Ozark Christian hosts so many of these national tournaments every year. And that Joplin Sports Authority really should be thanking Chris Lamb and Ozark Christian, because they do such a nice job hosting that it's a pleasure for all of us who used to travel or who do travel to Joplin. I said this during when the Ambassadors volleyball team came to town too. I think that was back in October, that the kids there at Ozark Christian were always fabulous. You know, we would get the kids, the students would come in and run the camera for us during the broadcast of the ACCA tournament every year, and the kids were wonderful there. Sometimes you go to some smaller colleges and they can be a little snooty, they can be a little cliquish or standoffish to outsiders, and Ozark Christian was always just a really wonderful, welcoming place, and Joplin as a whole was a really welcoming place. I loved that town. I loved going to that town. I had my own little routine. I got it down so well because I was traveling back and forth so much. I'd go to that Food and More, or whatever that's called, by the hotel, and I'd do my shopping. And I even one year got to travel on Route 66, which was like one of my lifelong goals in between tournaments. When I did the ACCA and the NCAA tournaments were there one year, and I did them both. So the community was just a really kind and welcoming place. You have a lot to be proud of there at Ozark Christian, those of you who are watching. And it starts with the guy on the bench for the Ambassadors, Chris Lamb, a really just wonderful, nice man who took me in, took me off the streets and gave me some seed money back in the early days of the business when I didn't have so many clients. Davenport is going to be called for the offensive foul. It's the first foul on Ozark Christian as we get back to the game. Not much really happening while I'm yakking away about Chris Lamb. But I know if I'm Tyler Woldridge and I'm a young coach / athletic director, you know, I know these guys not only in the region but nationally, they look up to Chris Lamb. Who's I don't know, maybe there's somebody from Ozark Christian who can hop on our YouTube chat and tell me how many wins Chris Lamb's up to. It's got to be 9 or 10,000 by now. That's right, he's been coaching since the 30s. Sorry, Chris. He's got a lot of them, I know that. And right now he's got his Ambassadors playing some pretty lockdown defense. The Knights have just 6 points, 3 by Gooden, 3 by Pfeiffer. And it's been a while since Southwestern Adventist has scored. They get a steal of their own, though, as Pfeiffer comes away with it. Viadex, Kimunga came in while I was yakking. So Kimunga is out there. It's not going to be a bucket, but Viadex is going to get 2 free throws. I just wish that small college people got more recognition. There's some blogs, there's some people on what used to be Twitter, whatever it is now. But as social media starts to die a slow death, even that stuff's going to kind of go away, and it's a shame because there are so many great people like Chris Lamb out there who, I mean, nobody ever knows. Nobody knows these people, but they deserve a bigger platform than they have, and just one of those things, though. You work in small college athletics, you're not going to have that platform, so. But if I'm at Ozark Christian, I'm thinking about a building or two to name after that guy whenever. I know he's got plenty of time left as Pfeiffer gets the putback. So Pfeiffer's got 5 of the 8. That ends a long scoring drought. Ozark not exactly lighting it up either, so it's a 5-point game at the midway point here in this opening half. Some subs in. McGall Chase is in for the Ambassadors, wearing 24. Out there with Colburn, Ventura still in. Here is Pugh for 3 and Davenport. So that's the 5 for the Ambassadors. And as soon as I say that, Joel Chase comes out of the game and Danny Foster comes back in. Meanwhile, for the Knights, it's Vusha Chuma in the game. Kimunga, Jason Garcia, and the buzzer winding down. Viadex, Pfeiffer, and that's the 5. Nobody home as Chuma out of control there. So a turnover and the ball goes back to the Ambassadors. I went to one college, and I won't say the name of it, but there's gates all over the place, and they got that place on lockdown. It's just, Ozark Christian has just this welcoming drive up the hill. I miss going there. I heard that the ACCA tournament is moving. Good luck. Those are some huge shoes to fill, whoever's got to fill those shoes. Ozark, for so long, did such a nice job hosting that tournament. Danny Foster's second field goal. He's got 4, lead back to 7 for Ozark. Viadex, Pfeiffer. There's Viadex back to Pfeiffer. Thought about the 3. He was open for a minute against the zone. Viadex will hoist, can't hit. Kimunga tips it, but all Ambassadors near the ball. Colburn now into the forecourt. He's fouled. So both teams with 2 team fouls with 8:28 left to go. Come on, buddy. Come up here. You want to say hi? I think the kitty cat has had enough basketball as broadcasting. She needs some attention. So Davenport catches it out deep. Handoff to Ventura. Bounce pass down low. Davenport using his size. And boy, Curtis Davenport, 5 quick ones off the bench. 9-point lead for the Ambassadors as we approach 8 minutes left to play here in this one. Garcia, ball swung to Chuma. Good ball movement here. Wilkins back in for the Knights, by the way. Coleman out there for the first time, and that's a 3. I couldn't see who it was, though. I believe it was Gooden, and if it is, it's his second. We'll check the score at halftime, but I'm pretty sure it was Gooden for 3. So Nigel Coleman out there for the first time. Down low, Foster comes up short. Wilkins the board. So it's Wilkins, it's Gooden, it's Coleman, as Gooden tries another one. Chuma is in. Who am I missing? Garcia's still out there. I think that's everybody. Blocking foul called. Johnson's going to get free throws. So Andre Johnson, their leading scorer at 17 points per ball game, has been scoreless so far. Really good free throw shooter at 87%. 17 points, 5 rebounds. Look at the stat line for Johnson. 17 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals per game, 3 blocks per game. Ambassadors are 12th in the NCAA in blocks per game. So 1 out of 2, Johnson gets on the board with his first point. Gooden into the forecourt. Pass looking for Garcia was deflected off of Colburn. With 7:06 to go here in this first half. Coleman scooped to Garcia. Extra pass goes out to Gooden, and he can't get it to go, so Knight's just cold right now. Bycroft back in. Bycroft calls for it down low. Backing down, the flip shot and the score. Dylan Bycroft hit a 3 earlier in the half. He joins Davenport with 5 points each, and Ozark's opened up a 9-point lead. Nigel Coleman to Jason Garcia. Back to Coleman. Garcia against this Ambassadors zone. Shot clock is down to 8, and it's going to be a turnover. Just sloppy first half for the Knights. Rebounding battle going to be key here tonight. Ambassadors at 39.5 rebounds per game. That's 10th best in the NCAA. Knights are 10th in defensive rebounds. So they've done a nice job on the glass all year long. Southwestern Adventist gets a stop here with 6:01 to go. Just got to find their game, getting shots, just not going down right now for your Knights. Coleman handoff to Garcia. Screen by Wilkins. Gooden now attacks, flips it up and in. Orlando Gooden up to 8 points. Pfeiffer's got 5, and that's it. That's all the scoring. And that's going to be a reach on Wilkins. I love the Ambassadors' offense, though. Everybody touching the ball on every possession. So Wilkins goes out. Alvin Kimunga comes back in. Blaine Salzman into the game, catches it way in the backcourt. Shot clock at 8 for Ozark. Open look. Jumper no good by Bycroft. Here comes Gooden. Oh, nobody picks up Kimunga, but Gooden couldn't deliver. Nice defense there by Colburn, who lays it up short. Ball deflected, and it's off Colburn, out of bounds. Gooden to Kimunga. Viadex up top. Gooden, pull up 3. Yes, he is hot right now. First player in double figures, Gooden with 11. And it's a 4-point game, and that will be team foul number 5 on the Knights. So Andre Johnson inbound now. Danny Foster to the cutter Johnson. Johnson aggressive and draws team foul number 6 on the Knights with 4:13 to go here in this opening half. So Andre Johnson, who was 1 out of 2 from the free throw line earlier, back at the line. 87% on the season. And struggling here in Texas. The cat is sniffing the microphone right now. How come you talk to me all the time, but when I need a color commentator, buddy. So, 1 out of 4 from the free throw line now for Johnson. And the Knights are going to get it on a foul on the rebound. Like Marlon Brando in The Godfather with the kitty cat on my lap while I'm calling the game. Handoff goes to Coleman. And he throws it away. Boy, the anticipation defensively for Micah Colburn. He has got great defensive instincts. 4 now in the game. Lead back to 6 for Ozark. His eyes, his vision. You run a successful zone and you've got a guy like that who can disrupt those passing lanes. As Pfeiffer back in the game, by the way, misses that 3, but down low, a foul called on Ozark Christian. That's 2 on Foster, so he's going to come out of the game for Chris Lamb. Curtis Davenport, who's had himself a nice first half. Ambassadors 1 and 4. They lost a heartbreaker against Randall and Joplin on Tuesday. Pfeiffer from 17 got it. Eric Pfeiffer with 7. Orlando Gooden's got 12. And that is all the scoring from 2 guys. The scoreboard says 18, but I think the scoreboard is wrong. Let's see, I've got 17. Yeah, we'll see. We go with whatever it says. Jason Garcia behind the back, into the lane, looking for Kimunga, throws a bad pass. Pugh comes away with it. Joel Pugh out to Johnson. Johnson hangs, banks it in and out, and back in. First field goal for Andre Johnson. 3 points, 6-point lead. The quick trigger 3 is no good for the Knights. And then Gooden steals it right back. Gooden at the half circle, Viadex on the right side. Gooden now to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer gets it back, he'll attack. Hangs, blocked by Davenport, his 5th block of the season. Into the forecourt, Colburn on the near side. Colburn crosses over, now attacks the bucket, throws it up, no. Good defense there by Gooden. Viadex turns on the Jets, the scoop and score. Somebody other than Gooden and Pfeiffer has finally scored for the Knights, and it's Viadex with his first field goal. 4-point game. Here's Davenport for 3. That is not what you want offensively if you're Chris Lamb. Viadex from downtown. Nice little box out there by Bycroft. Now Johnson will wait for his friends as the Knights get back on defense. Late in this first half, Davenport up top. Bycroft the face up. Ball tipped out to Joel Pugh, excuse me. Johnson, Davenport now It's Pugh. Pugh, turn around. Flip, no. Another offensive rebound. Johnson stripped. Boy, Gooden played him beautifully. Pfeiffer out to Gooden. And a rare first half miss for Gooden. Rebound by Bycroft. Colburn has his third bucket. He's got 6 points. Ambassadors by 6. Out a 7-8 second difference, game and shot clock. Shot clock at 8 right now. Pfeiffer left wing. So that Viadex from downtown, no good. Gooden chases it down. Last shot time for the Knights here. Garcia left alone. Can't get the 3 to go. Kimunga is stripped with 1.9. They say he lost it? Oh, that was definitely touched by the Ambassadors, but 1.9. At half court, it's Colburn, can't get it to go. And a low-scoring first half, but Ozark Christian winning the defensive battle, and it's a 26-20 Ambassador lead. So we'll take timeout. 15-minute timeout, or 12-minute timeout, whatever it is. That's the time. And then we'll come back, bring you all the second half action. Don't go too far. Welcome back, everybody. We're about set to start the second half. Chris Sheeman back here with you from the home studio in Ohio. 26-20 Ozark Christian. The Ambassadors 1-4, Knights are 2-3, and right now Ozark winning a low-scoring affair. Ozark Christian in the first half, 33% shooting. Knights just 28%. Ozark was 2 of 10 for 3. Knights were 4 out of 15. Leading scorer in the first half was Orlando Gooden with 11 points on 4 of 10. He had 3 of 6 from 3, so Orlando Gooden really keeping the team in it. For Ozark Christian, Micah Colburn was 6 points on 3 of 6 shooting. 5 points for Dylan Bycroft on 2 of 6 to go along with 5 rebounds. Curtis Davenport off the bench, 5 points with 2 rebounds on 2 of 4 shooting. Danny Foster, 4 points on 2 of 6 with 2 rebounds. 3 steals in the game for Micah Colburn. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and an assist for Colburn. For your Knights, I mentioned Orlando Gooden. He's got 11 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block in this game. Marcel Pfeiffer, Eric Pfeiffer, whatever his name is Viadex gets his second field goal. Pfeiffer's got 7 points, 3 of 7 shooting with 2 rebounds. And Viadex now with 4 on 2 of 6 shooting to go along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. 2 assists in a scoreless first half for Nigel Coleman. And scoreless Alvin Kimunga as Danny Foster up to 6 points now. Alvin Kimunga did have 2 rebounds. So that's the first half stats. Plus 3 in rebounding to Ozark Christian, 21-18. 7 turnovers for the Ambassadors, 11 first half turnovers for the Knights on 5 steals for the Ambassadors, 3 for the Knights. So those are the first half numbers and a shot clock violation on the Knights. Just one of those nights, and we talked about it on Tuesday, when the Knights are hitting their threes, they're winning games, and when they're not hitting threes, they're not winning games. It's really as simple as that. Gooden, thankfully, has had a hot night, as this very much a toss-up game right now at 28-22. A little give-and-go action, and the shot blocked from behind by Viadex. So nice defensive play by Ephraim Viadex. I believe that's his first block of the year as well. Here's Colburn to the hoop. The scoop can't score. Rebound by Garcia. Jason Garcia scoreless first half. He tries to get it going here. Oh, gets the friendly rim. Nice move by Garcia, who was up to 12.2 points per ball game. 40% shooting, 40% from 3. Foster over to Johnson. Johnson faked out his man, scores, and the foul. Well, for Ozark, if they want to push this lead out, Andre Johnson got to get it going. He had 3 points in the first half. He's up to 5, maybe 6 here now. Their leading scorer. So Johnson completes the old school three-point play. He's got 6, tying Colburn and Foster for the team's lead. Lead is 7 for Ozark. They've led by as many as 9 in the game. Knights led briefly early on. Gooden hangs, got caught in the air, out to Garcia, lost the dribble off his leg, and then players tied up. Jump ball possession error will keep it with the Knights. I don't think the shot clock resets, though, so it's at 6 right now. Knights are going to have to be aware of that. And a wet spot out on the court. Start of a back-to-back for the Ambassadors. Tomorrow they play Houston Biblical Studies. a new member of the Southwest Region. First Southwest Region game for both teams, or for the Knights, I should say. Ozark played Randall in Southwest Region action on Tuesday. And for the Knights, this is the finale of a 3-game homestand in this long stretch in November with a lot of home games. Just 2 home games between December and January, 1 in each month. Garcia got a hoist and he hits. So Jason Garcia heating up out of the locker room with 5 quick points. And it's a 4-point game again. Out of control. How about the defense by Pfeiffer? Now Gooden. Gooden hangs, banks it. Bakers doesn't for the freshman Orlando Gooden, and it's a 1-possession game now. So Knights trying to heat up here. Ozark trying to respond. Bycroft, the fade away, can't get it to go. Kimunga the rebound. So Alvin Kimunga, not Wilkins out there at the start of this second half for Tyler Woldridge. Garcia. Gooden hangs. That time he's short, but he's short because he got fouled. So Orlando Gooden with 13 of the 29 points going to the free throw line. 69% free throw shooter for Gooden. 12.2 points per ball game, 4.8 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and a steal the game to boot for the freshman, who has, as I said on Tuesday, settled in very nicely to collegiate basketball. Sometimes there's a learning curve, but Gooden has come in and made an immediate impact. It was the 3rd foul on Foster, by the way, so that brings Davenport back in for Chris Lamb. 1 out of 2 at the line for Gooden, so 14 in the game, and it's a 1-point game now. Gooden with nearly half the team's points. Johnson face up, bricks the 3, Pfeiffer the rebound. Pfeiffer attacks, Pfeiffer scoop, no. Ball deflected out to Johnson. Here comes Ozark Christian. Johnson takes it to the far side of your screen. Now Davenport top of the key. Here is Colburn, now Bycroft up top. Pugh down low to Johnson. Johnson double teamed. Ooh, that's an up, yeah, that's an up and down. Great defense there by the Knights against Andre Johnson, forcing that turnover. And the Knights trying to get their first lead here in the second half, and first lead since the early going. Viadex hands it off. Garcia takes it far side. Now Viadex again. Pfeiffer on the wing, using the baseline. Nobody picks him up, so he turns around, can't score though. Davenport gets it out to Colburn. Johnson now settles down the offense. That pass deflected by Garcia. Trying to get it off of Colburn, but unable to do so. So Ozark up against the clock here, though, I believe. And it's a catch and shoot. Bycroft can't get the 3. Here comes Gooden. Gooden with 14 in the game. Pfeiffer, now Garcia, who's got 5 here in the second half. Pfeiffer now on the wing, steps inside the arc, can't get the jumper to go. Garcia, the putback. Jason Garcia was 7 in the second half. Knights take their first lead since the early stages. Trying to get it back is Pugh, and he does, so the lead is short-lived. Joel Pugh with 5 points. Catch and shoot, Gooden. Can't get the 3. Davenport throws it ahead. Here is Pugh, the hop step and score. And a timeout. So Pugh with back-to-back buckets after the Knights went up 32-31. And Tyler Woldridge wants to talk it over. 13:35 left to go in the ball game. And the Knights down by 3 will take time. Welcome back, everybody. That's me, Chris Sheeman, here with you at the home studio in Cleveland, Ohio. You and I watching Southwestern Adventist and Ozark Christian. And the Ambassadors responding after the Knights took a lead. Tight game, 35-32. Good defense on display tonight. As Viadex off on the 3, Pugh with the board. My final game here, Knights fans, until January. So have a great Christmas, a good New Year. Spend some time with family, friends. Hopefully you all get a little break. Love this time of the year. Vacation time is coming. Here's Gooden, out to Viadex, back to Gooden. Again, the zone for the Ambassadors. They've been in primarily a zone all night. Gooden for 3. Oh, halfway down and spun out. Gooden chases it down off a deflection. Extra possession for the Knights. Rebounding, we said, would be key today. These two teams, very good rebounding teams. Viadex swishes it through. So Viadex was 7 in the game, and we got a tie ball game. Kimunga with the tip, nice hands. Here comes good numbers to Kimunga. He's blocked but fouled. I like that play by Orlando Gooden. When a guy makes a defensive play like that, if you can reward him on the offensive end, you do it. That's great decision making by the point guard, Alvin Kimunga. Now got to convert these free throws. Scoreless so far for Kimunga, another freshman. One of many for the Knights. Two team fouls on Ozark Christian. One so far on Southwestern Adventist. 12:05 to play here in the ball game. Chol Chase back in for the Ambassadors, and Kimunga with 2 miserable looking free throws. Attacking and going to the line will be Johnson. So McGall Chol Chase back in the game, played briefly in the first half. And what is up with Johnson today? His stats say 87% at the line. He's 1 out of 5 in this game. Correction, 2 out of 6, make it 3 out of 7. So Johnson's got 7. Ozark back up by 1. First Southwest Region game for the Knights, and it's been a fun one. Garcia, cut off, gets it out to Nigel Coleman back in. So Coleman, Garcia, Gooden, Kimunga, and Viadex, the 5 right now for your Knights. Coleman cross court, 6 to shoot. Garcia got popped. Team foul number 3 on Ozark. Johnson, the guilty party. That's his second. Quick pass back to Coleman from Garcia, who gives it now to Gooden. Gooden, 1 dribble. Coleman. Now Viadex from Gooden in the corner, scoops it back to Gooden. Here is Coleman. Shot clock's at 4. Gooden gets it out. Coleman catch and shoots. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Kimunga. Getting the hustle plays, Alvin Kimunga here tonight. Gooden hangs and scores. Correction, that was Coleman. So Nigel Coleman with his first bucket. And they need more of that from him. Gotta provide some offense off the bench. Ooh, no bucket, but a foul going to be called on the Knights, who now have 3 team fouls with 10:46 to go. And more free throws to come for Johnson, so see if Johnson can get in rhythm at the free throw line. He's starting to get there with some consistency. Biggest lead of the game was Ozark. They led by 9 in the first half. Johnson ties us again at 37. And looking better at the line now. So Andre Johnson is up to 9 in the game. Ozark back up by 1. Gooden gets it back from Garcia. Jason Garcia on the wing. Takes it baseline, throws it away. A steal by Pugh. Pugh. Bounce pass over to Ventura, who's back out there for Ozark Christian. Joel Chase. And he lost it, but it's deflected off Kimunga, who was looking for a steal there. Ventura will inbound 15 on the shot clock. Oh, nice cut there by Bycroft. Dylan Bycroft with 7 for Ozark Christian. And at the midway point, the Ambassadors have a 3-point lead. Trying to win their second on the road this season and their second overall. Knights trying to win back-to-back games at home for the first time in a long time. Shot clock at 8. Catch and shoot. Gooden's got another one. Orlando Gooden's got 17 in the ball game. Joel Chase gets it back. He'll shoot a 3. No good. What a rebound by Viadex. Viadex pushing. Viadex gets it out. Coleman a couple dribbles. Can't get the baseline J. Pugh throws it full court. Intercepted by Garcia, and the layup is good by Coleman. Knights by 2 in this back and forth game. Inside 9 minutes to go. Johnson, top of the key. Joel Chase, that's Pugh on the left side. Bycroft, top of the key. 12 to shoot. Here's Ventura. 9 to shoot. Ventura has it taken away by Garcia. Garcia attacks. Defense went for the steal. Garcia scores. Timeout, Ozark Christian. No, they're not going to call time. Chris Lamb says play on. 8:27 to go. The crowd is alive in Texas. Here's Ventura. In the lane, Pugh spinning. Got contact, can't score. It'll be the 4th team foul on your Knights. Joel Pugh, gets the friendly bounce. 73% free throw shooter, averaging 14 points per ball game. He's got 8 here tonight, chance to make it 9. He's short on it. So 3-point game as Viadex brings it into the front court. Viadex goes coast to coast and throws it away, and that'll be a foul on Garcia. So Pugh takes it away. .809 left to go. 5 team fouls on the Knights, 3 on Ozark Christian. Colburn back in, brings it into the forecourt. Salzman in, fires a quick 3, no good. Blaine Salzman played briefly in the first half, makes an appearance here in the second half. Salzman, Pugh, Colburn, Joel Chase, and Bycroft, the 5 for Ozark Christian right now. Here's Gooden to the elbow, fading away, can't score. Offensive rebound, Kimunga. Alva Kimunga doing all the little things, and this is the biggest lead now for the Knights in the ball game at 5. Joel Chase being hounded, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Joel Chase out of control, 4th team foul on the Ambassadors. And all the momentum with the Knights right now, and the home crowd is helping them out a little bit, I think, as well. Well, with 9 of the next 11 on the road, and you've got the national champs Kansas Christian coming in December. These are important games for the Knights here in November. Try to even their record at 500 before that long road stretch. And they have responded nicely here in the second half after an ice-cold first half. So Gooden's been a big reason why. He's got 17. Little give and go with Garcia. Garcia's pass was off. It was saved by Gooden, and Kimunga is there. 4 in the game now. The lead grows to 7 for the Knights. Really surprised Chris Lamb not calling timeout. 6:51 to go in the game. Salzman is fouled. That's going to be team foul number 6 on the Knights. So bonus time pretty soon for the Ambassadors. It's also the 3rd on Garcia, so he's going to have to be careful. From the 12:18 mark to about the 9-minute mark, we had 2 ties and 2 lead changes. Knights on this extended run now. Foster back in the game, gets it to Pugh. In the corner, it's Colburn. Colburn hangs, can't score, ball batted, rebound controlled by Coleman and the Knights. Here's Viadex. Viadex hangs, no good. Standing his ground was Foster. Post defense. Here is Colburn into the front court for Ozark Christian at the top of the key. Salzman being hounded by Coleman. Salzman bounce passes it down low. Foster couple of fakes. Nice footwork by Danny Foster, who's got 8 points. And the Knights lead is back down to 5. 6 minutes left to go in this one. Garcia swings it out. Gooden. Catch and shoot. Viadex left alone. Can't get the 3 to go. Pugh the box out. Colburn now. Bounce pass down to Foster. Foster double team. Kimunga from behind. And at least say it's off of Foster. I don't know about that. I don't think the official standing where he was standing could see that. And Chris Lamb, he might have a little bit of a gripe there, but my check says Southwestern Adventist. So good call, official. Viadex out to Gooden. Gooden, the no look, and he was out of control there. Colburn with his 4th steal of the night now. Salzman back to Colburn. Ball swung over, catch and shoot. That's Pugh, I believe. Can't get the 3 to go. And then it's off the Ambassadors, out of bounds. 5:09 left to go in the game. 2-possession game. Great minutes for Nigel Coleman. He departs. Coming in is Eric Pfeiffer. But before that, a timeout. We'll take time as well. 48-43, the Ambassadors trailing the Knights now. Updated look at the schedule again. Not with you on the 14th, but the Knights will handle streaming that for you. All the games are still to be determined, I guess, as far as time goes, except for that Dallas Christian doubleheader. But I imagine that most of the weekday ones will be 5 or 6 starts for game number 1. Anyways, we got a barn burner here. 5 minutes on the clock, and the Knights lead it by 5. Back and forth second half, then the Knights pulled away out to a 7-point advantage after 2 ties and 2 lead changes in 3 minutes. Here's Viadex, and he shuffled his feet. So Ambassadors get a stop out of the timeout. Chris Sheeman back here with you, by the way. Happy holidays, enjoy your Christmas and your New Year. I'll be back with you for the home game after the next one, which is January 9th against Randall, start of the second semester. Knights will play 9 of their next 11 on the road or at neutral locations. They'll play at an Adventist tournament. I believe that's also in January, mid to late January, I think. Knights are 2-3, Ambassadors 1-4. Ozark lost a heartbreaking close game against Randall at home, 78-77. Trying to avoid the same thing happening here tonight. Foster's been good in the post down the stretch, and he gets another one to go. So Danny Foster in double figures. Foster, first player in double figures for the Ambassadors now with 10 points. Andre Johnson with 9. Bycroft's got 7. Colburn with 6. Forgot Pugh with 8. And that man has been money in the bank for the Knights. Orlando Gooden with 20. Lead back to 6. Here's Johnson. Foster top of the key. They got to get him back down in the post. Colburn fires and rims in a triple. Micah Colburn now with 9, and it's a 1-possession game again. 3:38 left to go in this one. Pfeiffer, Garcia, top of the key, Gooden again. Not that time. Pfeiffer tried for the rebound, but it's off him and goes back to Ozark Christian. Our scoreboard has had kind of a mind of its own tonight. So yeah, it's Ozark Christian, not Mountain View. Yeah, just get rid of it. There you go. 3:20 left to go. We don't need it. It'll be Colburn to bring it up. Chance to tie with a 3 or cut it to 1 with a 2. Colburn hesitates, attacks, yes, and he's got an opportunity to tie the game up. Michael Colburn goes into double figures. He's got the team lead in points now with 11 and a chance to make it 12 at the line. A 50% free throw shooter, Michael Colburn, 9.8 points per ball game, 4.8 rebounds, and 3.3 assists per game in the young season. And the Knights clinging to a 1-point lead off that free throw clank. Here is Pfeiffer. He's stripped. Bycroft stripped, throws it ahead. Yes, and the foul for Johnson, who's in double figures as well with 11. Third lead change in the last 11 minutes. And a timeout. 18 fouls now on the Knights. 2:58 left to go. A free throw for Johnson to come when we come back. That's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be with you here tonight. This has been a fun one. Southwest Region action in the NCAA. Southwestern Adventist and Ozark Christian from Keene, Texas. And Johnson chance to make it a 2-point lead now. And he misses another free throw. Viadex the rebound. Knights can take the lead back now with a bucket. Gooden's got 20. He gets it back from Pfeiffer. Now Garcia. Garcia with 8 points all in the second half. Shot clock is down to 6. Garcia contested shot, no good. And almost another offensive rebound for Kimunga, who has done a lot of just the little things really well here today. He's got a couple of baskets, but really his impact has been wide-reaching, especially on the glass. Colburn, Bycroft now in the corner. There you go to Johnson. Johnson thought about attacking. Foster's done a nice job on the block. Not that time. Shot clock winding down. Colburn's got a hoist. He does. Way off, but it comes right to Pugh, who scores. Pugh in double figures with 10. The lead grows to 3 with 1:48 left to go. And Tyler Woldridge calls for time. Knights will talk about it in a 3-point game. We'll take time. Well, out of a timeout against Manhattan Christian, Tyler Woolridge drew up a beauty of a play. Let's see what he does out of this timeout. Knights need a bucket. 1:40 to go, 3-point game. Here is Garcia, handoff to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, and Garcia lays it up and in. Garcia in double figures now. He has 11. I said he had 8, but he actually had 9 before that bucket. So 1-point game. Bycroft top of the key. Foster swings it out to Johnson. Catch and shoot. Pugh for 3, no good. Gooden's got the rebound. He had it poked away from behind by Colburn. Was there a foul called? It'll be just the 5th on Ozark with 57.8. So Gooden wins the hustle play, and it is a foul on the Ambassadors. But it'll be an inbound for the Knights here. And a wet spot out on the court. Be nice to see if the Knights can get this win. Even their record at 3-3, get that all-important first Southwest Region victory under their belt as this homestand comes to a close and the longer road stretch begins. And for Ozark, coming off a heartbreaking loss at home on Tuesday, you start a back-to-back in similar fashion as what happened on Tuesday. It's been a low-scoring game, as you can see, with just a minute left in the game. Defenses have been on point here tonight, but all right, so court is dry. Let's get it going now. Oh, now we have the timeout. Tyler Woolridge trying to work some magic with the Knights down by 1 inside a minute to go. We'll step aside once again. All right, so another quick timeout called by Ozark Christian. We'll see what Tyler Woolridge has drawn up for him. Kimunga gets it out to Garcia, top of the key. Now Viadex. And it's going to be a blocking foul called. So Ephraim Viadex, 7 points tonight. He's going to go to the line. Viadex has been really good from the free throw line. I don't want to say it yet. Got more wet spots to clean up. But this has been a part of the game for Ephraim Viadex this year where he has shined. He's had to wait a long time at the line, which is not what you want in pressure situations, but you also don't want the court to be wet. So rims in that one. 8 in the game. We got a tie game again. So Viadex, perfect from the free throw line this season, puts the Knights back up by 1. And they also get a 2-for-1 there, which I don't know, for some reason in college is not a thing, but it's an important point right now. Johnson, the team's leading scorer with the basketball. Gets it out to Colburn. Colburn pull-up, bucket is good. Ice in his veins. Micah Colburn with a baker's dozen. Last shot time for the Knights now, as Ozark retakes the lead. I got to think they'll look for Gooden here. He's got 20 in the game. 12 to shoot. In the corner, it's a 3. It's no good. The ball is deflected. Ozark has it. Knights trying to foul. Johnson is going to be fouled with 2 seconds left. Oh, boy. It was heartbreak for Ozark Christian on Tuesday, and it looks like it might be heartbreak for the Knights on Thursday. They'll still have 2 seconds to go. Johnson has not had a good night from the free throw line, but it's going to be a heave and hoe kind of a deal here for the Knights. You could, in theory, try to inbound it to half court and then call a timeout, assuming they have some, as Johnson gets the first one to go. Well, the Knights are going to call timeout here now to try to ice Johnson and keep it at a 2-point game. All right, so we'll take timeout. One more free throw for Johnson when we come back. So 2 seconds to go here. And we'll give you the game reset. On a tie-up, the possession arrow favors Ozark Christian. Ozark Christian can't foul no matter what happens with this free throw. It'll be one more for Johnson. And with 2 seconds left, gotta wonder maybe if Chris Lamb tells him to miss it here. All his guys are gonna go back, it looks like. So it'll be all Knights. No matter what happens here, Knights will have a crack at it, though. And he does miss, which does not help the Knights. Here's a full court heave that comes up short, and Ozark breaks the hearts of Southwestern Adventist, winning 57-55. So the Ambassadors go to 2-4, 2-1 on the road, and start their back-to-back right. Knights in the homestand at 2-4 lose their first Southwest Region game. So the Knights are back on the road on Monday. They're at Mountain View College, and they'll be back home December 14th for a doubleheader against Kansas Christian. I'll be back with you January 9th for the doubleheader against Randall. Once again, your final score, it's Ozark Christian 57, Southwestern Adventist 55. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.